Hi, my name is Sophie Lechner. My company is called Global Commerce Education, and I help businesses from abroad who want to enter the US market. I help them with their strategy, determining the best strategy to enter the market. I help them with finding the right professionals and facilitating the work with them. And I help with cross-cultural differences, which are very important and can be very tricky. So during this COVID period, the biggest challenge to my business has been really a slowdown. Companies have been a little reticent to engage in further work at this time. So a lot of them have put things a little bit on hold. So that was a little bit difficult. From a personal standpoint, when you think about the impact on me personally, my personal life, it wasn't that great because simply I have been working from home for many, many years. So that part was not unfamiliar to me at all. The biggest change was my younger son, who's in college, came home. But generally speaking, my husband and my two kids and I are pretty much home buddies. We don't really, go out that much. We're not really big outdoor people or big into parties. We're more introverts, I guess, as a family. So for us, it hasn't made a huge difference. I think it hasn't had as much impact as on some other families that I know. So what did I do from a business standpoint during this period? So the biggest challenge for me was that really the business development strategy that I was planning to have for the period, roughly February to April, May, was going to be to go and speak at events around Europe, to meet companies and potential partners, and that was obviously not going to happen. So I had to really shift my strategy in terms of business development. And so what I've done is a series of webinars, and I have also been writing some articles on LinkedIn. And I would say a lot of my time I spend calling, whether it's prospective clients or existing clients, past clients, to really understand, what they're going through and what could help them. I think it's really a period where, there's no blueprint, basically. So we're all having to sort of fall back on our mission. What are we here to do? Help clients. So let's ask clients what they're struggling with and help them with that. Or I find a lot of people are offering their services in smaller increments so that it's easier to make decisions about a short-term, a service that can help you in the immediate without having to commit, because everybody's just really unsure what's going to happen. So that's what I found a lot of my colleagues are doing. Some really innovative things I've seen is, for example, I was going to attend a conference at the beginning of April. About 3 weeks before the date, the company decided it wasn't going to happen. This was in Canada. And there were about 400 of us attending. And they said, well, we're going to do it virtually. And all of us thought, they're crazy. They were able to really create that whole atmosphere of the conference, a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement, a lot of interesting content that they packaged differently so that the audience would be engaged. And 380 people signed up in the beginning of the 3 days. And so we started early in the morning and went, all day, and we would just leave our Zoom on and all kinds of stuff was happening. And at the end of the 3 days, there was still 380 of us online. So that's really quite extraordinary. And I find that because of the times that we're in, we're having to really be creative around how to deliver what it is that's at the core of our service. And because of the constraints, that's really forcing people to be really creative. And that is something I'm grateful for this. So what I've learned from this that I will carry forward, I think, is really this ability to be a lot more open to different ways of doing things. Being an entrepreneur, I think I'm quite agile and able to really adapt to circumstances, but I think this has given me a whole new level, let's say, of agility that I really want to keep going forward. Can't wait to hear the other videos of EACC members and their thoughts. Thank you.